All right, welcome back to another episode of the Black Bullion Show. Now, guys, there is a gold shock coming. Recently, we spoke about how hedge funds were waiting until after the consolidation that we've been having in order to possibly get back into the gold game. But with gold in the news, as much as it is, it begs the question, will we produce a snowball effect that will, eventually overwhelm the gold market? And yes, by overwhelm, I mean drive the prices higher. Well, find out shortly. But first, if you're new to this channel, please hit that big red subscribe button right down below. Also, please hit that like button. Helps to get this economic evangelism right on out there to the masses to bring more people into precious metals. So we have a new one here from Jeff Clark entitled, "Here Come the Institutional Investors, How This Shift Could Overwhelm the Gold Industry." So let's get into it. Just going to start all the way down here and just focus on this section here. So let's take a look at this. Global market is tiny compared to global assets chart here. And here we have the assets under management of some of the largest institutions, and its assets under management tracked in trillions of dollars. And they compare it with the above ground investment grade of gold here, and also the 2019 gold investment here. Now, as you can see, these guys dwarf these two. So let's take a look closer as to what they are. 30 largest US mutual funds is at 55.1 compared to 4.6 total above ground investment gold. Global pension funds 46.7, again compared to 4.6. 10 largest global banks, again. Now also take a look at these three. Now, this is the 2019 gold investment. So last year, this is how much went into gold investment, 0.032. And again, look at how large these guys are. Now, one of the things that Jeff Clark mentions in this article is that usually what you'll find is that some of these institutions may allocate about 2% of their assets under management into, a particular investment vehicle. Now, obviously, with the gold market being so small, and you think about 2% of, whomever might be in here, that could easily overwhelm the gold market just because it's so small. Now, here's another graph here that also pretty much sums it up. You have a Pac-Man image here, and then you have the gold market here. 2019 gold investment, 32.1 billion. Just a small little coin here. And then you have the 2% of assets under management, which is 3.05 trillion for mutual funds, pension funds, global banks, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Again, just 2% could demolish the gold market. Now, here's the thing about that. All of us obviously are gold and silver stackers. So the one thing that I am concerned about when it comes to this is that I've read comments from you guys. I've seen people write online that right now gold is just too unobtainable, even right now for many people. That's why silver has such an appeal, because it's so easy to get into silver. But gold, on the other hand, is just so expensive. Now, yes, we can, say all the things like, gold is, in real terms, not as high as what it really is, when you factor in inflation. And yeah, we can say all those things, but at the end of the day, many of us make wages that haven't risen to the point where they should have, over decades. So the fact of the matter is if we can't afford it, we can't afford it. So that's all to say that if you can afford it and you're kind of on the edge, hey, you might want to consider the fact that a lot more news has been focused on, a lot of these hedge funds and institutions looking more and more and more at gold. So what would happen if they start to pour more of their assets into gold? Obviously, the price could rise. So for, someone like me, I've been trying to stack as much as I can, pretty hard, but obviously this is something that's also on my mind. Well, there's going to come a time when, a lot more people are going to get into gold, and it's just going to get crazy. So, there comes a time when you have to think about your strategy. Okay, like, well, how much will I be getting into gold, or when will I stop getting into gold, hold my chips, and just wait for the price to come back down again? Let me know what your strategy is, guys. When will you, pump the brakes and just maybe focus more of your attention on silver, for example, or maybe even another metal? Let me know in the comment section below what you think about, just the fact that a lot of these institutions could completely gobble up the gold market. All right, guys, thanks again for watching. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you're new. It's Black Bullion.